Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is a story written by a chap named Steve Olson. There I was, on my way to GameStop to pick up my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I had been having wet dreams about the game for months, and now I finally had the money to get it. Unfortunately, I'd have to go to hell, aka GameStop, and back to get it. As I approached the counter, I noticed that the employees seemed like more of assholes than usual. Normally, they act like the Spawnist agent, but now this time they were more like Kanye West. They had those ego-raping eyes. My heart began to beat faster and faster as I slowly approached. I noticed another customer standing in a corner of the store with a rage-induced boner, most likely caused by the horrible customer service that GameStop is famous for. I slowly gulped at the thought that I would be next. Suddenly, I was next. "May I help you, cunt?" asked Kevin, the emo hipster faggot employee behind the counter. "I'm here for Black Ops 3, I said with a bit of a stutter. Kevin looked at me a bit confused, which didn't seem odd to me because this was GameStop. The employees were always confused. Then he said the most horrifying thing possible. "The game isn't out yet. Are you retarded, mate?" exclaimed Kevin in a kind voice. I couldn't believe it. With that, I shat my pants and I ran out of the store in fear. I headed straight home and locked the doors. I proceeded to eat a box of Captain Crunch. The crunchlessness of the Captain always calmed my nerves. But something was odd about the box. The sides were smeared with feces, and Captain Crunch's normally beautifully seducing eyes were blood red instead. I decided I'd lick the feces off the box and ignore it. Nothing was going to further ruin my day. When I poured the box into my bowl of lemonade, there it was, a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 disc for Wii U. I planned on getting it on my Xbox One so I could jack off my ex-boner, but I was even more excited that it was on the greatest console ever. I quickly ran upstairs to my room. Tripping on my way up, it hurt, but I sucked it up and ran into my room and turned on my Wii U. I centered the Black Ops 3 disc and blood began to pour out of the console. I took it as a sign that this was going to be one heck of a good game. Then the true horror set in. I began to play the game and slowly began to hit me. This was the same crap that they've been rehashing for years. I looked at the DLC section and was even more horrified. $50 for half-ass DLC. The 12-year-olds online began cussing at me, calling me a nigga, a bitch, and saying that they had sexually explicit times with all of my family members. And worst of all, they were shouting, "Get wrecked, mate!" I couldn't take the horror much longer. I attempted to turn off my console when suddenly my friend Kyle flew out of the TV. He had been missing for 10 years and there he was. But he was dead. Dead on my new white carpet. I shat myself in fear when suddenly Snake from Metal Gear Solid bursted out of my closet and blew up the Wii U to save my life. He looked me in the eyes. His normally beautifully seductive eyes were blood red and sad. I backed into a corner of my room, horrified at the sight of my savior. He slowly began to walk towards me, and gently put his hands on top of my too tight for my boy shorts. He ripped them off, and I shot myself more out of pure fear. I enjoyed the butt rape at first, but then it The next day, local authorities found my body dead on the stairs, where I had tripped on my way up my room. Brilliant. That's it. We're done. So